Okay, let's go into our directory with FLASK1, and here we have my site in Flask, and we want to give a different structure to our blog. So let's go here. We want to also change this name in blog so that is easier to call it. We want to transform this blog into a package, Python package. And so let's go inside of this. Let's go open Visual Studio. Okay, now we have blog, and we are going to create a new file into blog, and we will call it init.py, because when we create a package, and blog is a package with many Python files, not just one, you have to call it, to start with this dunder, that is the double underscore here, init dunder.py, and here we are going to, from Flask, import Flask like we did in the last video, and in the unique file that we used, and then we make the instance of Flask with name, that is the name of our file. So let's save it, and now instead of writing all the code in just one file, we are going to create another file that will be called roots.py, and in this file we are going to first of all we are going to import from blog, that is our package. This folder now become a package because of this init dunder init.py file, as we said yet, and from blog import up, that is our instance that we made just here. Let me close this one. Okay, this is the instance, and now we import this instance here. Now we are going to create the roots of the main file with this decorator here and the function right after it that we will call homepage with nothing in it, and this will return what there will be inside our homepage, that is homepage of my blog. And let's close the header tag, this is HTML. Okay, for the header tag, this will be rendered in the page of Chrome or another browser in the biggest title. And so now let's save this and let's go back into init.py, and here we are going to import from blog, because this is the starting point of my site written in Flask. From blog import roots. Okay, so now the last things that we are going to do is to create another file called run.py, in which we will import from blog import app, and this will be the starting point of our program. Okay, now if you close the terminal and you open it again and you go with FLASK run, you will see an error here, and will say that you did not provide the FLASK app environment variable. And so each time that you start again the terminal, you have to do again the set and FLASK app equal run.py, etc. But if you don't want to do this, let's close it. You just can create a new file called .flaskenv, and into this file you will write flask app equal run.py, that is the file that is the starting point, and then flask env, like environment, equal development. Now you open the terminal and you can run this, but without having to do this set a FLASK app every time. Before you do that, you got to install just one time the python.env module to do this. So I have already installed it, and now if I go flask run without doing this, without writing setting up these two environmental variable, you see that it doesn't give me any error. And if I run here it is, my home page it's all working. And so that's all for now. Now we have created these three files plus this one for the environment variables, and so we have the structure of our blog and made in FLASK. In the next video we will show how to improve your pages.